What's up, guys? I am here in Moab. I just finished 2 awesome days of biking, and I figured that this would be the perfect spot to show y'all a little bit of a pre-trail warm-up or a post-ride recovery that you guys can do. It'll take you about 5 to 7 minutes. You can do it at the trailhead or when you get back to your car, wherever you'd like, but something just to kind of get you either ready for the trail or cool down from the trail. We're going to focus on a standing series, so do we need the mat or anything? So let's go ahead and get going. So whenever you're doing a pre or post ride warm up or cool down, you want to make sure it's dynamic. Dynamic meaning that you're moving around. We're not just holding a stretch, because when you go biking, you're not standing still. You're constantly moving, and your warm up and your recovery should mimic that. We're going to start with some hamstring sweeps. So I'm going to bring my right heel forward, and I'm going to be shifting my hips back like this. I don't want y'all to be reaching down towards the floor. So my right hip is forward. I take my hands down. As I sit back, I'm going to scoop my hands outside of my foot. I'm pulling my toes back, and I'm getting a little bit of motion into both of my hamstrings here, particularly my right one. Good. Let's take one more here. And we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to switch sides. No need to make it nice and pretty and flowy. Again, you're just getting ready to ride your bike, or you just got done. So we'll keep it simple. Back again, nice and straight. Let's take 2 more. One more. Perfect. From here, I'm going to step my left foot back. I'm going to face you guys with this one, but from the side, my heel's pressing towards the ground. I got a slight bend in my front leg. We're going to elongate that left side, getting into that left hip flexor. Arms are going to go straight up, roll the shoulder back and down. You're going to reach up and over, keeping that right knee facing forward over that right middle toe. Good. One more. Let's switch sides. I'm going to face you guys here. Pressing that heel to the floor, right arm up, shoulder blade back and down. I'm going to reach up. Perfect. Take 2 more here. This feels nice. Woo. Doing this on a hill, can you tell? Awesome. All right, with any good ride, we are in this position a lot. We're going to hit just a couple of lunges. We're going to keep them stationary. I'm going to shift my weight forward, so that back foot should be super light and able to pick it up. This is going to target the glutes, and it's going to stop this motion from happening. So I'm going to hinge forward, and they don't have to be huge lunges. Keep them nice and slow, and warming up the glutes, warming up that front knee. Good. Let's go ahead and take one more, and let's switch sides. Good. Back foot again is super light. Let's take a couple more. One more here. Awesome. All right, my favorite thing to do when I'm getting ready to ride or getting off of the bike is I like to move laterally, moving to the sides, really getting into those hips. We spend so much time in this plane over and over, and our hips have a giant range of motion to them. So that's what you want to get into before and after that ride. We're going to take our feet nice and wide. Try not to step on my dog. And we're going to hit some lateral lunges. I'm going to go to the right. With my right hand on my hip, left hand's going to go down. I'm going to glue my heels to the floor and shift my hip back as if I'm reaching for a bar stool here. As you can see, my right knee facing forward. We're going to take one more, and then we're going to add on to it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a rotation. You can take this or leave it. I enjoy this one. I'm going to lunge down. I'm going to reach my fingertips up, look up at them, forward and up. You can take a couple rotations at the time if you'd like, even. Good. We're going to switch sides. So again, we're going to go to the left side, starting with just the lunges, just a few, to get that motion down. Good. Now we're going to add that rotation. Reach the arms, a big T-spine opener. And up. I'm going to add 2 on this time. As you guys can tell, it just got a little bit windy. And up. So from here, we're just going to leave sure those knees are pressing outward. You don't want those knees to fall in. Shoulder blades back and down. And let's take a couple of T rotations here. Good. Just a few moving into that back. Now we're going to turn our toes forward. We're going to take a nice flat back, shoulder blades back and down. You can even turn the toes out and slightly bend if your hips are reaching the floor. And we're going to take a few of these T-spine openers here. Now you can do it lifting the arm up, or if you're like me and that hurts your shoulders, I like to put my fingertips behind my ears as I go through those T rotations. Just a few. More. And then the last one to get ready for some of that hopping on the bike and handling that rough terrain. We're gonna do what's called a pogo hop. Fancy word for jumping in place. Your feet don't even have to leave the ground if you don't want them to. But we want to warm up those tendons. So when you're hopping like this, your muscles aren't changing length. What is changing length are the tendons in your ankles, your knees, and your hips. You can add motion to it, going side to side. I'm a big fan of hitting one foot. Again, my foot isn't even leaving the ground. Switching sides, back to 2 feet, gets the heart rate up a little bit. Now you're ready to hit the trail or go grab a beer with your friends, guys. Enjoy.